People ask why I'm so passionate about Honda. It all started 30 years ago when my mom trusted this exact 1987 Honda Accord to safely transport our family. Trust takes many years to earn, and through Bianchi Honda, I'm sharing my passion for Hondas with our community.
Bianchi Honda, trusted from the very beginning.
And still on the road today.
Time now for the Gannon Golden Knights Coaches Show. He is the head coach, Brad Rzyczycki. Happy Thursday.
Thanks, Alex. This is a little different.
Yeah, it is. It's nice seeing your natural habitat here. Doing some film work when I came in, so always studying up. But what are you seeing on film? I mean, last week, Slippery Rock, it was a tough one. You kind of said in last week's show, we're going to have to figure something out. I don't know what's going to be out on the field, but how'd it go?
Yeah, I mean, kind of somewhat the same as it's been all year. You know, we had some injuries early that the kids that were putting in there and put some kids on the field. Some in some different positions they hadn't practiced all week, but we're running out of numbers at that point in time. But I'll tell you what, the kids went out and played hard, and that's what you're looking for in film. We had a lead during the course of this game, 7-3, and the kids went out there and fought the entire 60 minutes. So as a coach and what we've dealt with this year, that's what you're looking for, to make sure you haven't lost a team. Those guys are still going out and competing. Young guys are getting better from week to week, but they're also getting beat up. They've never been through a college football season. And, you know, it was good to see the effort on Saturday.
Is that the best Slippery Rock team you've seen in your time at Gannon?
Yeah, it's tough to say because we were putting a little bit of a different product out there. They're good right now. You know, they got a tailback that's really played well the last 3-4 weeks, and maybe potentially they were missing that the first couple weeks of the season when he was hurt. But he definitely made a difference against us, running through some tackles, and the quarterback is playing really good. And I know he didn't start the season out for him, but yeah, they're a pretty good football team, both offensively and defensively.
Might be quicker to list those who, you know, aren't injured right now for you than those who are, but what did you end up with out on the field? Who played quarterback? What were some of the unique things that you did that you wouldn't if not necessitated by injury?
Sure. Cody Calloway went out there and played quarterback for us. He's new to our system. He's a baseball player here in the past and had played some quarterback at a previous institution. Went out there, did a good job for us. We also played Marcus Jones at QB a little bit with some quarterback run game stuff. You know, we have the same situation probably going into this week. We don't know if we're going to get Jason Dombach back or not. We won't really know that until probably game time situation because of the protocol he's going through. So we kind of worked on everything. So, you know, I don't want to sit there and say we're rolling the dice to find out what we got when we show up on Saturday, but it's kind of the way it's been. No matter who's out there, you know, it's got to be next man up mentality. A lot of young guys are getting some experience, and, you know, it's good for them heading out of this season into 2019, the experience that we got on the field.
Did Marcus Jones relish that opportunity at all? Did he like taking snaps? Was it fun for him? I mean,
I'm sure it was to a point. I'm sure it was nerve-wracking too. As you do have to get in the cadence and make sure that we're all doing the right thing at the same page. But, yeah, I'm sure it was fun. It's fun for anybody who does something different during the course of the game they're not normally doing.
Would you ever try anything like that? Had you ever tried anything like that prior to the injury issues?
If you remember last year, Tyler Palka was our quarterback that went in and was a dynamic kid for us as our Wildcat quarterback. It's actually something we're looking for. Marcus is a little bit different than a guy that we put in there. I mean, he kind of mirrors what Cody Calloway is. Marcus is a bigger kid, still can run outside, but you want to put him between the tackles as much as you can. The benefit it gives us is that we can guarantee he's getting the football. And sometimes with our zone read stuff, we couldn't do that.
I want to know about your seniors. You got 10 guys that are graduating. Of course, it's a big part of the program is you get these guys to the end of the tunnel. You get them out the door and graduated onto different professions usually. Yeah,
if you look at these guys, the 10 seniors we have, I think every year they've been part of this team. You know, they've been part of the #1 GPA in the conference in the PSAC every year. So it starts there with their academics. So when they leave out of here, they're definitely moving on to greener pastures from that respect. They're all really good kids academically, and they're really good football players. You know, it's been a good ride with these guys. There's been some ebbs and flows, but to stick it out and to get a degree from this university, which is a great education and it's very challenging, these guys are really prepped for life moving forward.
I'm just going to read the list because I don't know how else to give them the credit that's due, but Michael McCauley, you've got Alex Corhorn, you've got Matthew Hackathorn, Chris Sanders, Brady Bowling, Martell Davis, Jared Morrison, Richard Mikowski, Marcus Jones, James Sims. It's easy to find leaders in your senior class when everything's going right, but if these guys really stepped up in a year that has been less than what you expected or wanted.
Oh, absolutely. These kids have been tremendous. From Sanders all the way down through Morrison, everyone you said. The big reason why, I'm proud as a coach is the fact that we went out and we fought. There's life lessons I talked about last week that these kids have learned about being 0-5 and coming back. And, winning 2 games and beating Cal down at their place was a big deal for those guys because they've never done it in the program's history. So because of their leadership, I think that's what's kept this season together. And, people do judge you by wins and losses, but there's so much more that these 10 seniors have taught the rest of the team and the young guys. I think it's really put us in a really good position moving forward and going into the 2019 season after this. But I couldn't say enough about these guys. Just the fact that they go out and compete, and being in Erie, Pennsylvania, as you know, especially because we wake up early in the morning at 6 a.m. and sometimes we'll practice outside, and it's not ideal out there. It's not like we're living in Florida. And then there's other times because of their academic schedule and how hard their classes are, they still persevere, give effort, show up, and lead this team. So absolutely extremely proud of those guys all the way through, all those 10 seniors. So we're going to do whatever we can on Saturday to get these guys out a winner.
Yeah, and do you have to twist their arm to get them to prepare for this game? It's important. This is the last one for these 10 guys.
Yeah, kind of 60 minutes to play, a lifetime to remember, because I think everybody remembers their last football game they've ever played. It's just, I remember mine. I don't know what it is, but when you're moving on to something else, the last time you actually put that uniform on, you just have good memories about it for the most part, and you remember the score, you kind of remember what happened, so I know these guys will be excited for Saturday.
Did you win? Have a good game?
We did.
Did you have a good game?
I remember we were down 14-0, came back to win the game. I do remember bits and pieces of it from that standpoint. I don't have the greatest memory, to be honest with you.
Good team player, though. You're like, yeah, that was the best because we won, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, he's head coach Brad Rzyczycki of the Gannon Golden Knights. You've got Lock Haven coming up. What do you know about Lock Haven this year's edition?
Yeah, they're kind of in the same boat that we are. If you look at them early in the season, they had some different kids playing, but they've stayed relatively healthy, especially at the quarterback position. They played 2 different kids. They have a senior playing right now that's, I think, is really good. They have a tight end that, worries us because he moves all over the field, and a receiver, number 11, that catches the ball in some traffic. Is a great route runner. So they're very, very efficient. They're big up front offensively. That's kind of given us some issues this year. And defensively, they're a 3-3, which we don't see at all because we don't run a 3-3 anymore, and we hadn't seen it during the course of the season. The only odd front team we saw was Mercier, so that'll be a different deal for our offense. I know Coach Hoig will have our offense prepared from that standpoint because he's faced it for the last 6 seasons before this year. So, yeah, they have their challenges, and they're and their same deal as us is if you watch them last week against Westchester, they're fighting tooth and nail with the 11th team in the country. So we played Westchester. We know what that's like to play out there, and they went out and battled the entire game. So they're fighters. I expect it to be a really good game on Saturday.
Coach, really appreciate it. Good luck on Saturday.
Thanks for making your way over here, Alex. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a nice place.